Hello, streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. And it is day number 372, wearing the incredible X39 as you see here. And the countdown is on to 50, my 50th birthday. 151 days are left. And today's subject, I want to talk about hormones. So I'm going to dive into that a little bit, and then I will follow up with today's warm-up, 9 minutes of six and a half minutes of just a regular pace, and then 2.5 minutes of intensity, and then followed up with back and bicep. Not back and bicep. It's chest. It's chest day today, and I stand corrected on that. And my apologies for not being totally set up for today's presentation. I'm thinking about a lot of things today. I'm going to call this push. So I'm going to fix that right away so you see that today is push exercises. So the subject of hormones. I bring that to you today because it's something that has been on my mind for a while. But most importantly, am I experiencing the benefits? That's a hint. And the reason why is that I've talked about this in the past. And it is based off of this. So, in this book, there is an index, and I'm going to look at it, and you can see here, and you can kind of see subjects that are brought up. So when I look at the term hormones, page 22. So let's go right to it of this book. And I'm going to read it. But as you'll discover, urine is not a waste product of the body, but rather an extraordinarily valuable physiological substance that has been shown throughout the history of medical science right up until today to have profound medical uses that most of us know absolutely nothing about. One of the first things that we need to clear up is the common perception of urine. Urine is not what you think it is. As a matter of fact, you probably have no idea what urine is or how your body makes it. In reality, urine is not, as most of us believe, the excess water from food and liquids that goes through the intestines and is ejected from the body. I know that we generally think of urine in just this way. You eat and drink, the intestines wring out the good stuff in the food, and the urine is left over. Dirty waste water that your body doesn't want. So it should never, ever be introduced back into the body in any form, right? Wrong. No matter how popular a conception this commonly shared scenario may be, it just isn't true. Urine is not made in your intestines. Urine is made in and by your kidneys. So what does this mean, and why should it change the way you feel about urine? In layman's language, this is how and why urine is made in the body. When you eat, the food you ingest is eventually broken down in the stomach and intestines into extremely small molecules. These molecules are absorbed into tiny tubules in the intestinal wall and then pass through these tubes into the bloodstream. The blood circulates throughout your body carrying these food molecules and other nutrients, along with critical immune defense and regulating elements such as red and white blood cells, antibodies, plasma, microscopic proteins, hormones, enzymes, etc. which are all manufactured at different locations in the body. The blood continually distributes its load of life-sustaining elements throughout the body, nourishing every cell and protecting the body from disease. As it flows through the body, this nutrient-filled blood passes through the liver, where toxins are removed and later excreted from the body in the form of solid waste. Eventually, this purified, cleaned blood makes its way to the kidneys. So the waste is going through the intestines, not necessarily through the urine. And this is very interesting because there's lots of talk about urine and the stem cells that are associated from the production of your body. You're just going to naturally do it. And in the same book, there is a sentence that says, the pharmaceutical industry doesn't like this because there's no money in piss. Could that statement be very true? Does it hold any value? So would an industry do absolutely everything to prevent you from knowing about that? So, what can you do about it? I'm just going to put I don't have my wristband today, so I'm going to just put this right here. That's the X49. So does the body help self-regulate itself? Yes. So is it important to recharge with the cleanest and most absorbable to help the process of developing hormones? So that way, if you try, you're going to reap the benefits. Will the stem cells, the number of stem cells, be increased if you add this? And consider urine. Combine it with the cleanest and most absorbable. I ask myself this question. And I'll be honest, I have been experimenting. And when you look back at the videos from the past year, and you look and you watch yesterday when I was doing the pull-ups or the lat work, look at my physique. Watch it on the big screen. And look, do I have a physique? Because I've already disclosed that I'm not taking any creatine monohydrate. Not a pinch of it. Could there be a chance that the body produces creatinine or aka growth hormone, and it's free every day? Could it be? Just could it be? Is there a reason why I keep putting on muscle and yet I'm only eating one meal a day? I'm not eating 170 grams worth of protein. I can guarantee you that. I am not eating 170 grams of protein per day. But yet somehow, when you look at yesterday's episode, you can see my physique, my upper body, in between the tank. I'm wearing a tank top again today. Is there something to be said about it? I ask myself this question. The answer is yes. Yes. So, am I a smart one by drinking the cleanest and most absorbable and fueling my body and strengthening it? Am I doing enough time under tension to trigger the process of hypertrophy in the body? To change it? To force it to adapt? Does the vibration training that I do here 6 days a week prove its value? Prove its weight? Should say, does it prove its weight in gold and silver? Is there a benefit? So is there value in doing this? Is there value in doing this one? The YH Renew. Increase glutathione. Is there a value in utilizing the X49 to increase cardiovascular performance? Something I'm starting to see now all of a sudden. My heart rate is not going up because I'm trying to hold my breath when I'm doing the cardio. But is it spiking? It hasn't. So, to unlock your bioenergy, power your DNA with the best. If it requires a couple of things, I'm just saying. It's pretty exciting, and it keeps working for me. And when I combine with the 3 aminos, something's working. Experience the benefits. Because I'll tell you, 151 days are left. And I feel very good. I can't complain. Yesterday I made the bicep scream. See? I don't have a lot of body fat, but I bet the fascia that's underneath the skin and above, resting over the muscle, is probably quite hydrated. And when it comes to producing ATP and the energy, I got it. So, without further ado, let's get on with it today. I'm gonna move the position of this, see if I can put it over here. See if it stays put. I don't know if it's gonna stay or not. We'll see. Because this thing moves quite a bit. See, I'll put it here. Forgot my wristband. Maybe I got another one down here. Where are you, wristband? I know I have another one, so I'm just gonna grab it. I'm pretty sure I do. Yes, I do. Oh, and that's where it is. Alright. I got another one. I got a wristband. Today I'm going to put it on the left. See how that feels today. Normally I put it on the right hand, but today I'm going to put it on the left. So here you see. Excuse me. It's kind of cold down here, so I'm just going to take the temperature. That corner down there, 14. Oh, it's showing 13 right here. So it's cold, 14 degrees down here, which is 57 and a half Fahrenheit. So let's get on with it. I'm going to set the metronome at 144. Hopefully it's going to start right away. Come on. Oh, of course. And I got to turn my heart rate monitor on. So here you can see. Let's go. There. All right. So, starting with the beater rope. All right, so doubles. Trying double unders, crisscrosses. Aha. There we go, finally got one. I tried. Ouch. Keeps slapping me on the back of the leg. And grab some water. Feels good. Feels very good today. Okay. At this point now I can start to sense the activation from the X49 in my body. It's quite it's good. It's a good sensation. It's quite strong. All right, so first exercise, I'm going to start with doing the dead man hang. And then I will start with the lower chest. then the medial chest, then I'll do the upper, I'll do flies, and then do tricep extensions from both a stretched position and a non-stretched or just a regular position. So I like to, how would you say, keep training the muscle at a stretched position, because I think there's a lot of opportunity for strength development from that point, and develop power as well. So, three, two, one. Three. There's one thing I noticed, how the difference feels in my left hand by wearing the X49 here. It's there's something to it. Does that help with the energy flow? I could feel the difference because my right hand started failing first over my left, and that's the last few weeks it's been the other way around. So part of me is thinking about exploring the idea of wearing one on each hand, especially when I do the dead man hang, because I was failing more in the right hand before the left. So, and it's kind of got me thinking a little bit. So that's a takeaway from today, and it's kind of interesting how this kind of all happened that way, where I just out of the blue decided to wear it on the left, whereas it's been always on the right since I began to wear it back on February 16th, 2026. So yeah. That's what I'm going to do. So this is for the lower chest primarily. Dips are known to work the lower chest. So I'm going to focus on that. I've lowered the weight today a little bit, largely because after watching the replay from last week, I didn't have a lot of control, and that's the reasoning for the switch today. Normally, I was doing dips on the while I was kneeling down and anchoring the band on the wall as opposed to the ceiling. So it certainly feels different switching between the dip and the cross, the front arm cross. I can feel it in the triceps, they're getting involved. So the iron cross is kind of like the same, almost. It's almost the same as doing the lower chest. It's kind of the same movement. So by having the arms a little bit more forward like this, I can certainly feel the triceps getting involved as well. Oh, wow. Next exercise, I'm going to do the, move this out of the way here, medial. So I'm going to take the planks that I have here, and I'm going to put them on, today I'm going to use these non-slip pads, or non-slip thing, to help this from sliding around too much. So then I'm going to use these things really don't do that much, not on the top. Alright, so by taking a wider stance, I want to work the pectoral from this area here. So this range of movement. Okay. Excuse me. Well, let's begin. Oh. I forgot my leveling idea. So I want to have more of a matching what I'm doing. Let's say if I'm doing an actual push up on the floor because I'm raised, so I want to match that angle essentially. So my apologies for that's what I want. So I'm stiffening the glutes and the quads, the hamstrings. set. Oh wow. Oh. Come on. Oh. Okay. Oh. It's a hard rep. To get out of that sticking point is tough. Wow. You can certainly feel it in the pectoral muscles. It's very good. That wide, you know, it doesn't put too much stress on the ligaments, especially holding it wide like that. So you definitely work up the tolerance and build up the strength for it. It takes time. So if you're starting out for the first time, try a few solid reps. Take some rest. Try it again till the 3 minutes are up. Keep going. Try not to give up. All right, next up is the upper chest, and that's where I have bands attached to the bottom here, and I have this side is anchored to this anchor point and pulled through the other side to take the slack out of the band. And the same for this. First goes through here and then through the second one, and to take the slack out, so on both sides. All right, then taking the vibration plate, centering it here, more or less. Then I'm going to take the exercise ball, place that here, and I'm going to lean kind of on a 45-degree angle, so I'm on an incline, and that's where I'm going to take the bands and press upwards this way to get the upper chest fibers. So what's going on? Let's go. All right, so up like that. Lead with the thumbs. This is nice. There's tension all the way at the bottom here. I can feel it. So here, now there's like no tension. At the just at the very start at the bottom. I can take that tension out or remove that how would you say, lack of tension by grabbing the, oh gosh, this is the odd part. So by holding the ankle straps at a shorter point, it takes that tension out. Oh my. Wow. I could probably just use the smaller I can certainly feel the upper chest. I can feel it. Pulling it here. Oh, wow. You wouldn't think this does much, but it does. And with the bands, it's pulling at the right angle. So I'm gonna Okay, next up is where I'm going to do flies. I'm going to do a standing version of it, and that's where I have, yes, I'm going to take these ankle straps off these bands I just used now, and I've got a red band that's attached here, and I have a second red band that's over there. And I'm going to move the vibration plate to the central point here. So this exercise, I'm going to match the height. There we go. And out there. So, what I'm going to do is actually attach it to the elbows, so that way I have tension right at the start. I'm going to just twist this around so it's not twisted. I don't want it to be pulling on or the bands rubbing against each other. Oh goodness, come on. There we go. All right, so knees locked and squeezing the elbows together. Lower position. So this is working the lower part of the chest fiber. Hold it here. A little higher. I can feel the tension switching. So it's working that following the fiber idea, as Jeff Cavalier would say. That's who I've followed for the longest time. I've learned a lot from Jeff. feel the or the front deltoid getting involved a little bit. When I pull it up like this, I can feel them getting activated. I just gave myself a new idea for a complex. All right, that's the fly. It feels very good, actually. And I'm using this is the 8 pound band. So when you split them in half, it becomes 16. So a nice resistance. Next up is going to be tricep extensions. So I'm going to take this red band off here and transfer it to the top here. So I'm going to do facing towards first. So I'm going to use the highest anchor point for this guy. And then taking the second red band, and I'm going to attach it to somewhere here in around hip height. And then attach this guy to the right side like that, and then these two like this. So hopefully you can see that on camera. Then divvy them up. And what I'm going to do is grab my towel here, just so my knees. A little bit more to the left. Not much. Yeah, there we go, more or less. So, what I'm going to do is just move this back a little bit. Just a little more. There we go. All right. So this is working the tricep from not the stretch position. So I'm going to try to focus in on here at the kind of where my hands are at the 90-degree angle. I can almost, if I lean forward like this, then I can be at the stretched position, but then I end up taking away the vibration. So by keeping the glutes and the core tight, they get involved with supporting this movement, because my body wants to be pulled forward. So by squeezing the glutes and the core, they get involved. You can feel there's lots of disruption, lots of vibration traveling up to my shoulders and into my hands. You can hear the caliper just on the bottom. So here I'm holding it isometrically. The lats are getting involved to help support the arms. right. Next up is going to be from the stretched position. So I'm going to take this weight. All right. Last exercise here is the from the stretched position. So basically I'm going to be holding here. I can feel the tension. It's good. All right, so let's begin. So I'm just holding one isometrically and extending the other. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay, so let's debrief what's transpired today so you can see time, today's date stamp, April 21st, 2026, starting time at 1:27 Mountain Standard Time. Okay, so, there we go. So, I'm still staying behind or beneath the 163 mark. And my heart rate peaking and valleying, so mountain peaks and valleys. And a good recovery there at the end. So, and it drops back down to like 70 something. Huh. And then back up here for the last 3 exercises, which was the triceps, and then it was the flies. So seems like the flies gave me a good, muscle flow. Needed a lot of blood flow. So good sequence of exercises, I would say. And because of that, I do feel it. So, and remember when I tell you about this growth hormone, I think there's something to it, because my 1 meal a day, but yet, I'm not consuming 150, 170 grams of protein per day. I'm not. I am just not doing. I'm not eating that much. So am I fueling the body with this? And if I'm getting enough nitrogen from the protein, and my body is just efficient at digesting the proteins and making absolute, efficiency. So from a digestive standpoint, and then when it creates the peptides, when I wear the X39 saying, hey, make sure you make those peptides, and maybe it ties into the endocrine system to create the hormones as well. And guess what? And whatever my body needs in excess, it's going to manufacture. So am I reaping the benefits from it? Fuel your body with the best, the cleanest and most absorbable, and the best source of light. Power your DNA with the best. And then pick a nice good salt that's got lots of minerals in it. And some good fruits that have some other minerals that are not in the salt. Then you have a nice blend. And good things can happen from it. I'm just saying. So, unlock your bioenergy. Try. Oh, this way. I gotta get it right. I'll get it right. Power your DNA with the best. And then also go to GoDaddySites.com. Unlock your bioenergy.GoDaddySites.com, or scan the QR code right there. We'll see you. Eat well, sleep well, and tomorrow's Wacky Wednesday. It'll be leg day. So, see you then. Bye.